Within the last 24 hours, multiple protests attended by residents and Republican lawmakers have occurred in response to Governor Lamont's decision extending his state of emergency. But the governor says COVID restrictions are what kept Connecticut residents safe so far. Governor Lamont starting his COVID briefing on a positive, sharing Connecticut's COVID-19 positivity rate remains under 1%. And for the first time, joining alongside the governor, UConn women's basketball coach Auriemma chiming in on how well the state has handled the pandemic.
Every good team needs leadership. And when you lead, and you lead with a sense of urgency and a sense of directness, and you say, this is what we're going to do, this is how we're going to do it, and this is how we're going to get through it, then, you know, people believe in that. People listen to that. And I think what's happened in Connecticut is a model for the rest of the country.
Governor Lamont says the good news is due to the safety and health measures put in place across the state when the pandemic began, and is why he is choosing to extend the COVID state of emergency through February 2021.
We've got about 86% of our economy back. Our GDP is one of the strongest in the region. The reason we have 95% of our state open, and stores and restaurants and everything except for bars and some big indoor venue type event.
The extension means certain COVID measures affecting schools and businesses can continue. In response, a protest outside the state capitol Thursday morning.
Open up Connecticut! Our kids need to be socializing. Businesses need to be operating.
And a protest outside the governor's residence Wednesday afternoon.
I don't feel that the statistics warrant a second emergency order.
Residents opposed say with the low COVID-19 numbers, the state should fully reopen today. And Republican lawmakers say they were left out of the governor's decision completely.
So we're asking for a seat at the table so we can bring a discussion with the governor and all the parties involved and discuss what to do and what's best for the state going forward.
During Lamont's press conference Thursday, his administration emphasizing the fight against COVID is not over.
We as a team in Connecticut are succeeding, and we're seeing what is going on across the country. This virus is still here. It is still prevalent here. Without these powers, Connecticut will not be as safe as it is today.
A meeting will be held here at the state capitol Friday morning between Democrats and Republicans to discuss the governor's extension. With enough votes, it could be overturned, but Democrats say that is unlikely. Reporting in Hartford, Nia Maldonado, Fox 61 News.